Before she became the powerful Orisha of winds and storms, Oya was once a woman of flesh and blood, with dreams, fears, and a heart that burned like fire. Her story is not just one of divinity, it is one of courage, passion, and the heavy price of pride. Oya was born in a time when kingdoms clashed and warriors made their name with iron and blood. From childhood, she was different. While other young girls learned weaving and cooking, Oya would sneak to the training grounds where men practiced with spears. She watched them closely, memorizing their movements, and when no one was looking, she picked up sticks and mimicked the strikes, the lunges, the spins. Her father often scolded her, "Child, a woman's place is not on the battlefield." But Oya's heart refused to listen. She carried within her spirit too restless to be caged. As she grew, her beauty became the talk of the village. Skin smooth and polished bronze, eyes sharp like the edge of a blade, and a presence so commanding that men lowered their gaze when she passed. Yet Oya did not care for flattery. She longed for adventure, for a life that stretched beyond the duties of heart and home. It was during one of her daring ventures that she first met Sango, the fairy warrior who would one day become Alaafin of Oyo. He had heard whispers of a woman who fought like a man, who moved with the sweetness of wind itself. At first, Sango did not believe it, but when he saw Oya in combat, her spear spinning like lightning, her voice rising like thunder, his disbelief turned to admiration. Sango loved strength, and in Oya, he found both strength and beauty. He made her his wife, not to tame her, but to fight beside him. Oya stepped into marriage not as a meek bride, but as an equal partner. Together, they rode into battle, striking fear into the hearts of enemies. The people began to call her Oba Rebel, the queen who descends into war. Wherever Oya's voice rang, soldiers charged forward with renewed strength. She was more than a wife, she was Shango's shield, his sword, his storm. But passion like fire burns both ways. Oya loved fiercely, but she also envied fiercely. She despised Shango's other wives, especially Oba and Oshun, who each carried their own grace and beauty. Though Shango's love for Oya was unmatched, she could not silence the jealousy that gnawed at her. One day, when Shango praised Oshun's gentle wisdom, Oya's pride flared. "Am I not enough for you?" he demanded. Shango tried to calm her. "You are the breath in my lungs, Oya, but Oshun is the calm to my storm." The words pierced her heart. Oya was not one to be calm nor gentle. She was wind, she was flame, she was war, and so her love twisted into something dark. A determination never to be outshone, never to be forgotten. Her jealousy drove her to rash choices. Legends say that in her pride she once deceived Oba, tricking her into cutting off her ear as a show of loyalty to Shango. When Oba realized the truth, shame fell upon her, and her sorrowful spirit turned into the river that bears her name. Oya's cunning had won her a victory, but it stained her soul with guilt. Still, in battle, Oya's bravery was unmatched. She was said to fight with 9 different weapons, her arms moving so swiftly that she seemed to be so many women at once. She charged into the heart of war, where spears clashed and drums thundered, unafraid of death. Warriors whispered that she was not just human, but something more, that the winds themselves bent to her will. But pride has its cost. When Shango's enemies rose against him, betrayal and war consumed the kingdom. Shango, once invincible, was overwhelmed by despair. Unable to bear the weight of defeat, he vanished into legend, swallowed by lightning. Oya was left broken, her love gone, her pride hollow. It was in her grief that the transformation came. Oya wandered the battlefields alone, her tears mingling with the dust, her cries echoing in the wind. She lifted her hands to the heavens and called upon forces greater than herself. The sky answered, the winds gathered, swirling her round her body. Her breath became storms, her tears turned into raging rivers. She shed her mortal skin and rose as Oya, the Orisha of storms, wind, and transformation. Now, no longer bound by flesh, Oya commands the whirlwind. She guards the cemetery gate, guiding souls between worlds. She rides the tempest, tearing down the old to make way for the new. She is fierce. She is merciful. She is change itself. But even as an Orisha, Oya's story reminds us of her humanity. She loved deeply, she fought fiercely, and she stumbled into jealousy and pride. Like any of us, her divinity was not born of perfection, but of struggle. To this day, when the winds rise, suddenly, rustling leaves and shaking rooftops, the Yoruba say, Oya has passed. She is the storm that clears the path, the wind that bends the proud, the warrior who fought as a woman in a world of men. Oya, the brave woman of war.